What the heck? Okay, now that we're here, let's go on a run. Running through Paris is like running in a living museum. If you're new to the channel, I'm Silver and I'm currently training for a full Ironman. This week I happen to be in Paris, surprising my parents. Anyway, back to the run. So here's a particular route that I took. It was very spontaneous and very unplanned. But let me tell you about some things you should consider when you're running out here. First of all, Paris has a massive running community and it is the largest one to be honest, I have ever seen. There are people running everywhere and all of that happens parallel to the Seine River. I hope I'm saying that right. There is a path that is blocked off, and particularly for walking and running. If you want uninterrupted running, that is where I would go. This path will take you through some iconic landmarks like the Pont Neuf. I hope I'm saying that right, which is the oldest standing bridge along the Seine River. You will also see Notre-Dame, which at the moment it is closed due to the fire. The church has a tendency of catching fire over history, but it is set to open December. Regardless, you will run and you will be able to see it in all its glory. You will also pass the Museum Orsay, which surprisingly I did not catch a video of it, I think, but it is a beautiful building and it's just wow. It used to be an old train station and now it is a museum, but you will also pass that on this path. And last but not least, the Eiffel Tower. However, if you want to see more, you're gonna have to step away from the path. Luckily, all of the major attractions are pretty close to the river. So here's a segment that I would include in my run. For sure, check out the most popular museum in Paris, the Louvre. I probably said that wrong. Right in front of the museum, you will find a garden, and I'm just gonna spell it out right here because I'm gonna mispronounce, which is completely worth zigzagging through. There are a ton of tourists in the area, so just keep that in mind. If you continue past the garden, you will make it to the Plaza of Concorde, and from there you can just keep running towards the Arc of all of these French words are so hard. From there you can just keep on running to the L'Arc del Triunfo, the Arc of Triumph, I don't know how to say that. And along that path you will hit a few little dirt trails. I recommend you, again, zigzag through all of those. There's some pretty cool little buildings and gardens that are totally worth running by. Once you make it to the Arc, I would head over to the Trocadero Plaza, or I'm just gonna, again, spell it out right here, where you will be greeted by a very iconic view of the Eiffel Tower. Once you're there, just make your way towards the tower. You will pass the Trocadero Gardens, which again, totally worth zigzagging through. And that is for sure a segment that I would include. I in particular really wanted to see this church, spelled out right here, not even gonna try, which is located on top of a hill. But to get there, it does require you to get out and run on the streets, which is fine, but just expect to make frequent stops. Along the way to that church, you will also pass the Moulin Rouge, which I don't know if that's on the list of things that you want to see, but it is on the way. Now, for some challenges. Paris, being as old as it is, means that there will be cobblestone. So just keep an eye out. You don't want to be running, twist an ankle, and not be able to run. So just watch out. Second, Europe has many roundabouts. If you encounter a roundabout, just expect to stop constantly to try to cross the street, and particularly where the Arc of Triomphe is, a lot of crosswalks. Third, Paris is full of tourists, so just expect to zigzag if you aren't running next to the river. There are tourists everywhere, which makes sense. It's a beautiful city. Number 4, Paris is a very bike-friendly city, meaning that the residents use bikes to commute a lot, so just use your common sense. For food, I stuffed my face with pastries and coffee along the way, and I highly recommend just making tiny pit stops. Probably one of the best ways to replenish those calories on a long run. Anyway, I hope the tips help you. Paris, 10 out of 10, totally fun. YouTube thinks you might like this video right here. Yeah, click. Also, side note, this trip was very spontaneous and not smart financially, but I know I'm gonna appreciate the time with my family in Europe. I figured how many times am I gonna be able to spend time with my family in Europe? Hopefully it's more than 10, but I know my future self will appreciate it.